Welcome. The Fresh Air is Overrated, the weekly source for anything gaming with Wild Matt and Curbs.
And Steiner.
Against 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated. It is a week number, or episode number 219. It is Thursday, February 16th, 2017. I am your host slash producer, Wild Matt, and I am the only one here right now. Yeah, I know. Right when the show kicks off, I was talking fine during the pre-show. The show kicks off. I have to start coughing right away. That's how it usually goes. MegaScorcher.com is our URL that you want to check out. VODs, MP3s, they're all available there. You can find us on iTunes, on whatever other podcatchers there are out there. And you can go to MegaScorcher.com. And I've been slacking off, but this week I promised to actually add all the XML files and the RSS feeds and whatever the hell you're searching for. If you just want to go straight to the site and get those things, you can do that as well. Yeah, the site used to be better than it is now. It went down, and I do have the backup. I could just redo it, I guess, but I do want to make the site look better and operate better too. And I find like even just the small changes they did and then the newer default themes are even better because you can sort things by photos, by videos, and that's just way better. It makes things makes finding things way better because you could put like the subcategories were kind of weird in WordPress, so it's nice that they got those things off to the side that are like post types, I guess is what they're called. Anyways, I don't want to talk any WordPress mumbo jumbo here. I could do that maybe on some other show. I don't know. All right. I'm the only one here. Where is here? Well, if you're watching live, it's on YouTube. It's on Ustream. It's on Twitch. It's on Beam. It's pretty much everywhere. You can find the full list on our YouTube channel. Go like and subscribe to that too, because that'll pretty much let you know whenever we're live, and that's where we upload all our VODs as well. The thing about Fresh Air, though, is they go in podcast format first, and then they go to MP3, then they go to YouTube. So they start in MP3 or MP4 that you can download as a podcast. Or you can wait a week and then they'll go on YouTube. I don't know why I do that, but the reason I used to do it is because we used to have advertisers, so I would need to keep track of the hits. They're separate, from the YouTube, and they pay for podcasts, not for YouTube stuff. Anyways, so hey, iTunes, there's everywhere. You can find us everywhere. Games are playing. I'll just go really quick. It's nothing because I haven't been playing anything. At least I played the music, right? So you got to hear that. I've pretty much been looking at the NES Classic lately and all the modding that's been going on it. And they got, what's that multi-launcher called again? RetroArch? Yeah, RetroArch. And that's a multi emulator, I guess is what they're called, and it's for it plays multiple games. That's what the MAME is, right? Because the MAME is a multiple arcade machine emulator. I think that's what it stands for, right? So this is the same idea, but with all emulators. So you can load different scripts in there and stuff. So it's pretty much like an OS for emulators, kind of. It's a weird thing. The interface for it is so weird. Like, out of all the emulators, there's a few. There's one called Mennafen, and I think that's also a multi-emulator, and it plays PlayStation 1 games and stuff. Hey, Steiner's here now.
Hello. Yay, families.
And I'm super quick on the producing board here, too. You're already on the screen and everything.
Fancy.
Mm-hmm. Skype is bugging me about putting my webcam up, though. It's like, leave me alone. Go away. Go away. You use up all my CPU when I do that, Skype. No good. All right. So I was just talking about emulators and how the NES Classic got hacked, and now it runs a RetroArch. So you can play Nintendo games that didn't work on it before. That was just a few. Like Batman didn't work. That was like the most notable one. But you can play Nintendo, you can play Super Nintendo games, you can play Game Boy games, Game Boy Color, probably Advance.
Well, how would you play SNES game?
You can play
Like,
with the full Pro Wii controller. Yeah.
okay.
And then there's Game Boy. Game Gear. No, Game Gear. What? Game
That would be fucking
GameCube.
awesome.
GameCube.
Oh,
You could use some of those controllers because some of those new ones plug into the bottom of the Wii controller. So if you get one of those, you could plug it right into the freaking NES Classic and it works. So, yeah, there's a few alternatives. We're discussing what we're playing, which for me is pretty much nothing. Just emulated stuff.
I've actually been playing a fair bit. Dragon Age Origins, beat it. And then I started Dragon Age 2. I'm about 4 or 5 hours into that. What else? StarCraft 2, obviously. And there was something else. Now I'm drawing a complete blank. When you don't write things down, you just completely forget.
Well, so Battlefield got an update yesterday or Tuesday. It's in the news. We'll talk about it later.
Mhm.
But yeah, that makes me want to play it. Plus, PlayStation Plus is free for the week, so I'm just gonna play Battlefield. So it's
I
free.
already have it.
Cool. New releases, I guess, since you forgot
Yeah.
that last game.
Yeah, it's gone. I think I only played like 10 minutes of it, so it's gone.
All right. Well, I guess the most notable thing this week is For Honor, which I read your news and it seems like it's broken, so that's cool.
Yeah. Well, it's you're always online, but it's when you try to play co-op, it really seems broken on all
Oh, I see.
platforms.
Well, you were already talking that you had to like beat the game individually before. So
No,
that's-
that wasn't.
Oh, no, that's-
that wasn't
that-
For Honor. That was
that's-
the other
yeah,
one.
it's in the news too.
Yes.
So I got them confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to freaking get this website up here. Usually I already have it up, but here we go. I got it. So this week, like I said, that For Honor game, it looks all right.
It looks very good. Like graphically, it looks very pretty, but I've heard some things of that, not just of the issues, but with just it's bad-ish. It's like most of Ubisoft's games. There's good things and there's bad things.
I see. I'll have to take your word for it, I suppose. But yeah, that's the top one, I guess. What is it? There's a few Nintendo games relaunching on the 3DS and stuff because they always do that kind of thing, like Mario and Luigi Dream Team, woo, and Kirby Triple Deluxe. Sure. Yeah, and then there's a few like DLC games for PlayStation 4 that were already out on PC for a while, like Fly Wrench and Bridge Constructor. Those games existed before. Sniper Elite 4.
That's probably the next big one after.
Thing. Ride 2. I don't know what Ride 1 was, so
yeah.
I'll click on it. I'm going to read what the description. Motorcycle racing sim from Milestone and Square Enix.
Yeah, I was going to look into Halo Wars 2.
That's out this week if you pay more for it, as
Yes.
the Ultimate Edition is out.
Yeah.
That's a PC thing too, so that's interesting.
Yeah, and that's why and even Halo Wars is now on PC as well. So
Yeah, was it day and day when it came out? Was it Xbox first?
I know it
don't
was never
remember.
on PC to my knowledge before.
All right, well, there you go. And it's the definitive edition that's out on Xbox One and PC right now.
Yeah. Well, it's out tomorrow.
Neo
but yeah.
Turf Masters is a super old game, but that's a pretty sweet game. It's a golf game. If you I guess the title doesn't really imply golfing. Turf Masters, I guess you'd have to really read into it and know your golf.
Or Turf Masters could be something like a Carpet Muncher.
Or you go mini putting and then you go into the windmill with your girlfriend. Do a little, Because
I know too much about that.
yeah, then you get stuck like in every TV show, or there's a ball that gets stuck in your butt or something. Always something.
No,
like that.
it went up her hole.
All right, that's about it. There's not too many games out this week.
No.
No.
Yeah. Next week is, yeah. Well, Breath of the Wild and Horizon. Doubt it. Yeah.
My XSplit just went weird, but okay. It dropped some frames because it tried to catch up with the freaking bit rate. But hey, we're back.
Cool.
That was weird.
Yeah, that typically wouldn't happen.
It was only XSplit. I could I stopped that news of the week music a little bit prematurely just to see what was going on, and it totally worked. So I don't know. Something weird's going on. I definitely have to format my computer. That's the thing.
Too much porn.
No, I installed so one of the encoders that I used before was perfectly legit, but now it's complete adware. And I rolled it back, but some shit got left over, and yeah. So that's cool.
Sucks.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yay, adware.
So Destiny 2, yay, coming out this year. Woo.
Yeah, and while they didn't confirm it, but it's been speculated that it'll be out for all 3 platforms, PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Probably, why not?
Well, the whole thing is that they were talking about going to PC before, but they've never confirmed it as far as the article, because they asked, but it was kind of just like walked around the fact. He didn't say yes or no. He kind of just said we're working on things.
I see.
So yeah, that's Destiny 2.
Yeah.
For those who liked Destiny and want more.
Let's talk about some patches. So Watch Dogs number 2 had a 10 gigabyte patch, and it added mostly crap like clothes and DLC, like support for the next upcoming DLC. So I guess a lot of it
like
is
10 gigs. That's a lot of, like, clothes are like
it changed the ending a little tiny bit. It added a little bit at the end. It's like a phone call between people.
Yeah.
Which implies
but
that
okay,
there's
10
more
gigs.
games.
There's a lot more than just clothes.
Well, yeah, no, they must have fixed stuff too, but you know.
Well, 10 gigs is a lot, because that game was already huge on PC. Because how large is it? I want to say it's like 60 gigs already. Yeah, Uplay has to open. Facepalm.
I'm trying to freaking open my task manager here, and it's not coming up. That's cool.
Oh, look at that. I have to update Uplay.
Yay. All right, and then I talked about this earlier. There's a Battlefield 3 patch out. The biggest thing...
Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1. Whatever it is. The Battlefield that just came out. That one. So the biggest thing that it added is ribbons, which was in all the other games, which is cool. Then it fixed a bunch of stuff, and it added a few other things too. So I'm just going to bring up the page here. So the ribbons...
Was this a balance patch? Or
yeah,
was
it fixed everything. There's a bunch of stuff that it changed. The ribbons is the biggest thing. There's Elite Codex, I guess, for guns. So I don't know. Sure. There's class max ranks. So I guess when you get to 50, You get battle packs and Flare now, so cool. I don't know. They're updating the servers, I guess, so that you can kick players easier through the UI. You just, somebody's being a dick.
For it, if you are hosting your own server.
Yeah.
Or is that
And
like
there's a vote
SWAT-based
thing too. So if a bunch of people vote you out too, you're just gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's very nice.
I think that was already in it. It just made it easier to go do it.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that was already.
Well, because they've added, like
there.
in Battlefield 4, they had that you could vote to promote leader, but I don't know if they ever had a promote to kick.
I don't know. Who knows?
But
either way, it's like you can find it in the UI now. I guess you just go push either the battle log button, which is the big ass button on the PS4. It's not even a touchpad anymore. It's just the big button.
Yeah. Well, it has touch sensitive controls. It could be because you can swipe and stuff on it, and that might be.
So they reduced the cooldown on gas abilities on vehicles from 30 to 32 seconds to 25 seconds. Weird. So yeah, you can go faster now, quicker. Like what you use your turbo, and I guess it goes away. I don't know. I don't. I guess your turbo goes away with these things. Fix an issue where the heavy tank would not show on the minimap when firing. That's a pretty good game improvement there. Yeah. So yeah, no, they just fixed it. They fixed a bunch of little things, especially with the UI. There's a lot of UI fixes. Like I just scroll through it. It's crazy. Map adjustments. Fix an issue with floating debris after destroying a table. Fix an issue where players could get stuck in a table. Yeah, that sounds like Battlefield. Hey, I'm stuck over here in this fucking brick. There's one brick in the ground and I'm stuck on it.
On it or in it?
Well,
I remember some fucked up shit happening.
It's funny because I remember playing Bad Company, and those games were better with you didn't get stuck on stuff as much. I guess because were less mobile. You didn't vault and crouch and do a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Either way. Yeah. Anyways, the next news item is yours.
Which
For Honor.
Oh, the For Honor
Oh.
has massive issues. Apparently, an error code comes up saying easy anti-cheat, and it just then makes it impossible to launch any games. And if you exit the game to try to then get back in, it just won't let you in.
So yeah. So what does it think that you're trying to cheat? Is that what's going on?
Ubisoft hasn't quite responded fully to some of these,
okay.
but I believe so. Because if they had, like, the website that I got this from had some like workarounds that you then had to go in and update your Uplay anti-cheating something.
Yeah.
I didn't fully look at it, but this is also happening on consoles, to what my understanding was as well. From what it's quite prominent on PC, but it was still weird shit was coming up like this on consoles as well. Which then, what the fuck are you doing on a console?
Yep.
And then, PC users were unable to actually quit out of the game back to the desktop. So you were just stuck in the game. You had to then restart or just turn off your system.
You can like Alt F4 or anything. You can bring up any Windows.
Nope. Alt F4 wouldn't work. If you hit Control Delete, it just would go black screen.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah,
Good
you had to restart your computer because you couldn't actually exit the fucking game.
I don't think I have my I think my restart button is actually broken, so I can't.
So you'd actually have to like hard boot it. Yeah.
Hold down the power button.
Apparently, there's over 10 game-breaking issues between the consoles and PC. So it's not just that it's just a bad PC port or something like that. It's widespread shitstorm. A lot of it is something to do with online-based stuff of however that would work, but because there's something about regions that you can't. It just will not let you play with somebody from another region. So if you have a friend in Europe, you cannot play with them. Like if you go to,
they're so far away, anyways.
yeah, or some, I don't fucking get it because I thought it was peer to peer if you're playing co-op, but if you're in another region, you just can't play with them. They join game and then the game just like exits out and like the loading screen, it just won't load or something.
Pay us $5 and you can migrate to another server.
I don't.
Fixed.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So GG Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
So next news, Zelda Breath of the Wild is getting a season's pass
Yay.
for the not me who's buying it.
I wonder how they're gonna do it, because you remember when like Assassin's Creed, I think it was the second one, or was it even maybe the first one, they had DLC where it was in the middle of the game. There's like 2 chapters that were hidden.
There was, the article did indicate on some of it. A lot of it is there was I have in here that if you, because there's 2 packs, so you can buy the packs individually, or you can buy the season's pass, and then if you get the season's pass, Link can wear a Nintendo Switch shirt.
Woo! That's what I wanted in my
of,
Zelda game.
A bunch of the other shit was something along treasure chests that you can get random items, or I don't know what the hell are in the treasure chests, but they would give you a bunch of treasure chests. And then the second DLC pack had, I guess it was additional content for after the game ended. But the other one, it didn't exactly indicate. They named it, but they didn't say what it was. So there was just 2 packs, and both of them came with treasure chests and something else.
That sounds like something Nintendo would do. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, this patch is actually 14 gigs on the PC.
Cool.
And apparently, it would. No, wait, that's not telling me the game size, but it's downloading the patch, and it's 14 gigs for Watch Dogs 2. But yeah, so
right. So Starbreeze is working on Payday 3. Yay! Ooh, the first 2 Paydays are all right. I liked them, so we'll see what they do.
Starbreeze is a developer.
Yes, they made the Chronicles of Riddick. You might have heard of it. They also made, was it The Darkness? What's that game called where you have the tentacles like beside you?
Darkness would be.
Yeah, Darkness.
You do have.
Yeah. All right. Well, that game. I'm pretty sure that's Starbreeze as well. They do some pretty all right work in terms of first-person shooters, because their first-person shooters.
First Darkness was quite good. The second one was.
I think the second one was 2K.
Released. Yeah, okay.
I don't think it was Starbreeze that worked on it.
Because the first one was very well, and the second one had a shit ton of glitches and stuff when it launched.
Yeah,
it was released too early,
and it looked kind of more cartoonish than the first game did too.
I never played the second one, so I just heard that it was full of glitches and shit, and I just said fuck it.
I'm looking up who developed it. Yeah, developer Digital Extremes is who made the second one. And I'm just gonna look up to make sure that the first Darkness is actually Starbreeze, because I could be wrong on that. Who knows? But yeah.
They did Darkness.
Okay.
Or The Darkness, sorry.
Whatever the hell it's called. Yeah. So did you hear about the PewDiePie drama that was going on this week?
I did. I didn't really care.
I'll just, he paid some people $5 on Fiverr. They got their account banned. He got all his advertisers pretty much pulled out, like his top partner on YouTube, because you have partners that you can like tie yourself to, so like they do most of the work for you in terms of the ads, and then they take a take out of what YouTube already takes. So there's a lot of money.
Well, he had a deal with Disney.
A deal with Disney. The deal with Disney is that they own that company that had a deal with him. So So yeah, so that's how it works. So usually you tie yourself with like one of those higher up groups in YouTube so that they have really good advertisers. So you might get like less money at the end of the day because your percentage is less, but you'll get more because the ads might be better. Like, you know, whatever the hell.
But the thing is, he paid these guys $5 to put out a sign saying "Kill all the Jews" or something like that.
And they were saying it too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they spoke English, so it was somewhere in India or something.
They speak kind of English, you know.
Yeah, kind of English, sure. But yeah, so if you're affiliated or something is affiliated with Disney's not going to stand for that. So
well, and the YouTube thing is that he had a deal with them, right? So like, I think he was producing things for YouTube specifically because they have their own channels and stuff.
Yeah, well, he had a whole bunch of shit. Like even his show of scaring Cutie Pie or whatever, season 2 is now canceled because of this. That was something into YouTube, from my understanding.
Yeah, because Jeff Keighley has that YouTube thing where he's like, "Hey, come on, guys, we'll have shows."
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, like so.
It's not even that too. So there's a lot of other YouTubers now that, you know, if you just say one thing about one side or the other, especially in the US right now, you're pretty much screwed. So you either
anti-Semitic
just don't say
shit is not going to go well over in any.
Oh no, yeah, I
nation.
know.
So,
but South Park gets away with it pretty all right. But PewDiePie appeals to like kids, you know.
They're not exactly anti-Semitic entirely because they're
anti everybody.
Fun of everything, like this was like his explanation of what he was doing was just that. With the way the world is now, you can pay somebody to do anything.
Yes, it was something like that. I did not watch it.
There are better ways or less hostile ways to do something like you could easily have just had him go out, run around naked, or say something
why
like
not?
"Me like penises," or there's hundreds of thousands of things that he could have had them do, opposed to put out an anti-Semitic of "kill all Jews."
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just bad decision making on his part.
It could have been worse if he picked another race, though. That's the thing. He could have been worse about. The Jews have a pretty alright sense of humor about that shit nowadays. Some of them, the younger generation,
they won't go ape shit crazy like gays or blacks or something like. Or if
they won't say "kill all Jews." Let's just say that.
Yeah,
you know, it won't go that far, but you know, they'll laugh about it. Because every Jew I've ever hung out with, it's always they always bring it up. It's always like, "Hey, remember that time?" It's like, "Yeah, that's pretty good."
Okay,
it's a good time.
Yeah, but yeah, just don't be stupid. Like if he was honest on what he was trying to do, there would have been a better way of doing it.
It's the internet, you know. There's worse things than what he did, but it's the thing about what he did is that he was in a higher position than pretty much everybody else on the internet, and you got to be careful with that stuff.
Yeah, when you have 54 million subs, you do have to somewhat start.
Well, you have advertisers is the problem. And if they pull out, then you can't really complain because it's your own problem. It's your own doing. Yep. We've gotten in trouble with advertisers before for saying way less than "kill all Jews." That's for sure. Because with tech podcasts, it's technically you're not. It's a family friendly tech podcast thing. So yeah.
Are we adult? Whatever.
Yeah. Well, we swear and stuff all the time. I put.
Like I understand that, but like, are we actually clicked on that we're adult content or whatever?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like my feed says explicit.
Explicit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it says it. I don't hide it, so I don't know how they didn't notice.
Yeah.
Because whatever, we're on the other podcasts network things that aren't the tech podcast one. They have a few other ones. But yeah, anyways, so that's PewDiePie and YouTube and stuff. Because
I have yet to watch a single PewDiePie video, and I'm quite happy with that.
Me too. I think I might have seen like half a second of a Minecraft one, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is."
It's fuck it. Alt F4.
Might have been like a autoplay on YouTube situation that I was just watching Minecraft back in the day and just, oh God. But that was before he was super popular. Like he was just starting to get popular then. What was I going to say too? I've seen other YouTubers too getting in shit right now just for saying simple shit. So just stay down low, play your video games. Just play your video games. Maybe say some political. No, not even. You can't even thread the line right now because you're gonna piss off somebody. If you just say, well, I'm in the middle.
Politics is one thing, but
no,
like,
but
it's
this is worse. This is definitely worse. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying right now there's people getting hit for less for saying shit, and they're not as high up as PewDiePie either. So it's kind of, the world is a funny place right now. If you say something bad, people will want to.
Well, I was watching
life.
earlier some guy just dissing feminists, and it was quite funny.
It sounds
Like,
it sounds good.
He was just like that. What feminism is now is not equality; it's just hating on men.
Oh,
and
well,
he was saying like it's obvious
that.
of like, but it's just to the point of that he was saying this like straight to someone who was saying that she was a feminist or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think she quite understood what he was saying. And that was what the funny part was.
Here's the thing I say about feminism is that it's oh man, I had the perfect word before,
it's
but
not what it was in the 60s.
It's not, well, no. So yeah, it's just taken on a new form that it still means the same thing. It's just
no, it doesn't.
People have hijacked it. No, it still does. It still means equality for all. Like if you look it up in the dictionary, it's just people have hijacked it.
Definition, sure, but if you're a self-proclaimed feminist,
yes.
like the shit that he was talking, and I looked it up, and he was right. Of like, what was it? 7% of North American women say that they're a feminist. So all this bullshit is from like 200,000 women or something stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 200,000 women in North America that proclaim that they're a feminist. That now is that the percentages of who is a self-proclaimed feminist has dropped like by 30% in the last 10 years because of this bullshit. Because if you ask them in like 2000 on who was a feminist, then the numbers were like almost at 30-40% or something like that.
Did you see the video on YouTube of that dude? So there's it's some kind of rally and they're like screaming like who we've got the power. We've got the power, and they're like, what kind of power? Equal power or something like that. I forget. It's something like that.
Okay.
And they just keep saying that over and over. And then there's this Asian dude that comes in and he's just like, hey, this is library. And then he just walks away. It's so fucking good. It's so good. It's so good. It was one of the best videos of the year so far. And everybody shut up. Like there was one dude that said something after, but they all stopped. They're like, that he has a point. We're in the library. Should probably not be here. That's a good video. Anyways, all right. So hey, Monopoly, that the board game.
Yeah.
They're getting rid of the thimble. No, not the thimble.
The thing I see about this is, I don't like. Who doesn't have Monopoly that's now going to go buy Monopoly because there's no thimble?
Me, man. That's my favorite piece. It fits like over my pinky.
So that means
cool.
you wouldn't play the new Monopoly.
I would get my old piece, bring it back, keeping it old school. I got it in my pocket all the time.
Like I have a Monopoly board from like 2000 or something like that. I don't even know if it's open.
I have a Monopoly board from like 93, 94, something like that. It's old as shit.
Yeah. We had a Canadian Monopoly that was from like 74. My parents have it.
I have a Monopoly Junior that's super old too. Because I got it around the same time as that regular Monopoly. So, yeah, Monopoly's all right, but nobody plays by the rules. It's just whatever, man. Roll the fucking dice. Just put the things
rules
there.
now say that it's like house rules or whatever. It's you can make whatever the fuck you want.
Yep. But there's technically rules, man. When somebody lands on a place and they don't buy it, you can auction it off. Everybody has.
But if you read the new rules, it doesn't say that.
Hey, keeping it old school. That's why I like playing the video games, because you can't bullshit. Play that Super Nintendo Monopoly. There ain't no bullshitting around, man. You land on the piece, you say, oh, damn, I don't want to, or you don't have enough money. Guess what? Somebody else is buying that shit. And you don't need to roll. You don't need to go around the board the whole time to buy places, man. No, fuck that. Buy it right off the first roll, man. That's how Monopoly works. Anyways. Yeah, so like I said earlier, PS4, the multiplayer section of Plus is going to be free starting tomorrow. Or is it today? Oh, tonight at 3 a.m. So tonight, today.
So it'd be...
in like 5 hours, 6 hours-ish. So that's cool. Xbox Live is also doing something similar. It's only going free it's free right now, and it's going on until Sunday. So for 4 days they're doing over the weekend. And you can also get Rocket League and NBA 2K17 for free. So you can play those two games even if you don't own them. That's pretty cool. Even though I have Rocket League for free through PS Plus anyways.
Yeah.
But I guess technically I don't have it right now because I don't have Plus. So
touche.
The only game I would play right now is Battlefield. So online anyways. I don't have much else I would play on the PS4. Talking about Rocket League, they're adding 4K, and it's going to run at 60 frames a second on the PS4 Pro with a patch.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That doesn't seem like it's a very difficult thing to do.
Nah, but it'll look pretty, I bet. It already looks pretty alright, that game.
Go potty. Kids, Jesus Christ.
Yep. Hey, I remember being a kid. You got to tell people about everything, man. Hey, look at me. I'm going to go potty. All right, cool. So Neo, that's the other game that I was thinking about earlier. So the saves right now are reportedly being deleted if you create a new character. So I guess don't create a new character. Just wait until they patch that. So a lot of people are saying...
it's not creating a new set of autosaves. It's just automatically saving on slot 1.
I guess so, maybe.
That's logically what it would be.
Mm-hmm. So
that's pretty shitty.
Yeah. So don't finish the game and create a new player because that's gonna suck. Yeah. Is that one of those like Dark Souls kind of games where you could like replay it theoretically?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a playthrough plus type game. So like I understand like it would be the idea of okay, I want a type of character that does this because I do think there are kind of class modes type thing or something. There's an RPG element to it. So yeah,
I can't say I'm interested, but it looks cool. Like the look of it is different from the other ones. It stands out as a unique look because it doesn't look like Dark Souls or what's the other one called again?
The one for PlayStation 4, the blood something.
Yeah, it does have blood in it. Yep. Whatever it is, something blood. Yeah. All right, so next news item here. So Mass Effect Andromeda, there's a video coming out tomorrow. So we're going to play that next week. There's a few videos that came out this week that I wanted to save to, but I just didn't have time. I literally got here like 5 minutes before the show. So
nice.
Yeah.
I got here 15 minutes after the show. Mm-hmm. So I win.
Cool. Hey, you added more Mass Effect news.
Yeah. Mass Effect Andromeda is apparently not open world, which I'm not sure who thought it was going to be open world, but whoever thought it was is going to be sadly mistaken.
Dude, it's not like is Skyfall? No, what's that game called?
Skyrim.
No, not Skyrim. The space exploration one with all the planets.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. What? It's not like No Man's Sky. I can't go everywhere.
No Man's Sky wasn't. You could go everywhere.
I'm making a joke, dude.
Okay.
Even though I didn't remember the name, it's good one on.
So yeah, it's not an open world game, but the producers have then said that it's exploration based. So that to me sounds like it's going to be more similar to the first game. That you can actually go to planets, get into the vehicle, drive around, get out, do something, get back in, go back up to the ship. Which that to me sounds
elevator.
Well,
I'm making
Sure,
fun because
but
I did not like that first Mass Effect. If Mass Effect 2 was the first Mass Effect, I might have kept going on with that game. I did not like the first Mass Effect.
why?
It was very slow paced. It took forever to do stuff. You do more things in the second one. You might just. I played it on the Xbox. You got to remember that too.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of what I wouldn't entirely say like the pacing was very different. I would agree with that. But when you're in combat, it was pretty much the same. It wasn't over the shoulder. It was from behind or whatever. Like I'm just.
I just don't remember liking that first game very much. I played it for like 2 hours and I was like,
playing it on the 360 probably was problematic or whatever as well.
Well, I only had a laptop back then too, so it's not like I was gonna play Mass Effect on a PC anytime.
Well, the PC version didn't come out until 6 months later, or something like that as well. But
yeah, I definitely remember that was the day of Xbox exclusives because I think the Xbox might have been the only console out when Mass Effect came out. Maybe I don't even know if the PS3 was out yet.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
Yeah. I think that was
it would have
in
been
the
the
first
PS2,
year.
but
yeah. All right, next news item: Bethesda's E3. Their presser is going to take place on Sunday. I think that's when they usually take place, anyways. So it's not like it's big news or anything.
I don't know. I'd have to check my videos from last year to see.
I'm pretty sure that they've been on Sunday for a little bit lately. I'm pretty sure they used to do it on Monday.
Well, they've only done
Tuesday.
2. They've only done 2, Bethesda.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it was on Sunday.
I want to say it was Monday.
No, because Monday is Sony and Ubisoft and EA. And then, is Nintendo on Monday too?
Well, Nintendo doesn't have.
They don't have it anymore, but they still do that Treehouse thing. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure Bethesda's always been on Sunday though, because I'm pretty sure they did it before E3.
So EA, Bethesda, and then Battlefield were all on the 12th. Which the 12th?
June, last year?
Yeah, was a Sunday.
All right, yeah. And Konami usually does it either on Saturday or Sunday too. I don't even think their thing is live though. It's just a video.
I could care less about Konami.
They had some things sometimes when they had Kojima there, but now they don't even have Kojima. So it's like, that's Konami. They literally don't have anything.
Well, I thought when they introduced Metal Gear Solid 5 though, that was on like Microsoft stage, not on their own.
No, Metal Gear 5 was Phantom Pain, and that was revealed on that Jeff Keighley thing. It might have been the XGAs or something on Spike. It might have been the last year. It was the last year that it was on Spike, I think. And that was it. Yeah, the cool thing about that is that it wasn't even a Metal Gear thing when they revealed it the first time. It was the Phantom Pain. And then people figured out that the logo of the Phantom Pain had like cutouts, and they figured out that it was Metal Gear fit in those cutouts. Right. People are crazy, man. But I just looking at it, I was like, dude, that's Big Boss. Like you can just looking at him from behind, and then I thought the other dude was Raiden, but nah, it was other people. But it totally did look like Raiden. Either way, last news item. Kind of game related. It's totally yours though. So I assume you have more knowledge about it than I do.
AMD is. I want to say this has actually been confirmed, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Review samples have been pretty much mailed out. I don't think anyone's quite got them yet, but for the new Ryzen AMD CPUs, the NDA expires on the 28th of February, and then not everything, but certain SKUs of the new processor will be on sale on March 2nd. that's something that I don't think has been confirmed. Not the dates I think are confirmed, but what is being released has not been confirmed. So that's something, because there's a show starting on the 1st or the 2nd of March. So I'm assuming in their keynote speech they're going to be revealing all sorts of crazy shit of this, that, and the other, of what's actually going to be released. Now, it's some of the pricing for these things is pretty fucking retarded. It's something along the lines of an 8-core, 16-thread processor for $500, maybe.
Dude, you got to be careful about saying
400
retarded,
gigahertz.
man. Be careful, man. They might ban us on YouTube.
Aren't we already?
No, we have monetization and everything. The only thing is that we'll get our live streaming back. That's the only thing.
Oh, the live streaming. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it's the pricing relative to what Intel's selling things at is like a third for what's supposed to be similar, but obviously they're in overview samples. So we don't actually know that yet. So that should be pretty soon though. The 28th is what, a week and a half? About. It's
soon.
Yeah. So it's 2 weeks is the second.
No, it's like the 28th is like almost, a week and a half, I guess.
Yeah. So 2 weeks to the second. So next show we should have a fair bit more information of what the fuck's about to happen with this Ryzen thing. If AMD is going to take a shit on itself, or if AMD or if Intel is going to then take a shit and have to actually do something with their processors, as opposed to just revamping their architecture.
Well, so did I ever tell you that Curbs messaged me that like maybe a week ago, I guess?
Oh.
Maybe like half a week, something like that. Anyways, not much. He's just like, I've been thinking about doing stuff. I'm like, oh, dude, just do it.
Doing what stuff?
He wants to do like Let's Plays and like record videos for this show. I'm like, but it's whatever the fuck you want to do, just do it. Because you've been talking about it forever. So, whatever, man. We'll see. We'll see if he ever does anything.
Why wouldn't he be here right now then?
He always has an excuse. His excuse right now is that his mom just got surgery, which I understand. But I'm pretty sure his mom would understand that he wants to do a podcast for an hour.
Yeah. Well, it's only for there's.
And he doesn't do any of the work. He just shows up. So.
Today I did do work, so I actually had like 4 news articles. That's work. It only took me about 5 minutes to gather them, but that is work.
So
however small.
I got the Skype number down there. There's like 2 people watching. If one of you 2 want to call in, go for it. It's on Skype. Make a Scorcher TV. Why not? Whenever I actually do get my another computer built, which I am still saving up for, I'm going to use this computer solely as a Skype machine. So then I can take calls from Discord and I can take calls from everything, and then you'll also be able to hear them.
Nice.
You'll be able to hear everything that goes on the computer. And then theoretically, it'll be easier to also shoot you the stream, because I can just do it with an HDMI cable with a capture card.
Right.
And then it won't use any fucking processing power, really. Because that's really my problem right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with the AMD. If it's actually more powerful or a big difference.
Yeah. For like content creation, it will be the best processor for price. I can guarantee you that. It depends on games is the big thing of.
Oh, I don't care about games.
Well,
I'll play games. It's a bonus, but that's not my top priority.
Depending on, it's very strange because games really depend on instructions per clock relative to clock speed. So there's 2 variables there, and I guess there is memory timings and shit like that do help, but I don't think that's only gonna be like a 1 or 2% difference, likely. But like Intel's instructions per clock are so much better to than what I have, which is the AMD 8320E. Like it's just, I think it's like 50% better or 55% better. Their KB Lake stuff per clock. So like you could be running at the same clock speed, but you'll get 50% more performance out of a KB Lake processor than what I have.
Yeah.
So they're both running at 4.3, but yet you're getting 50% more. It's just, that's like just idiotically better. So,
And that's because like the cores are handled like, oh man, I don't even remember how it works.
yish, like AMD back when they started developing the bulldozer and pile driver and all that shit, they went for core numbers opposed to instructions per clock quality. And now they're trying to combine those two with the new architecture. Like, fuck, I don't even know where to start on the whole thing. Like, depending on what you're doing, if you're like, games typically run on 2 to 4 cores, or 2 to 4 threads, I should say, which then they improve substantially based on the frequency and instructions per clock, which the clock is the frequency. So how many ever instructions can be given per 4.3 gigahertz in my case, then you get more frames on screen for a game. The bonus for cores is if you're editing a video or and that's again not even entirely true because Premiere, like Sony Vegas, works really well with multi-core. Premiere does not. Premiere still prefers higher instructions per clock with higher frequency than cores.
I see.
So it really comes down to what programs you're actually using and what they're optimized for. Because there's like Handbrake. You know what Handbrake is, I'm assuming?
Not especially, no.
Okay, Handbrake is a utility or an app that changes video formats. Changes video quality within the video. Like when you're uploading shit to YouTube, if you can go at like a 4K and then at fucking 4,200 kilobytes per second or what the fuck ever, and then for YouTube, because it can't actually display that correctly, you can archive your proper shit and then put out a 1080p at whatever. So Handbrake is really multi-threaded performance. So my processor actually handles it relatively well relative to like an i3.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But again, an i4, which actually has 4, or an i5 that actually has 4 physical cores, or an i7 that has, well, depending on which i7 you're talking about, but like a 7700 is 4 cores with 8 threads. So it has the hyper, and that will just rape the shit out of my 8 cores. It's because that instructions per clock is just so much lower that it can make up the difference of having less cores in a lot of cases. If it has like better instructions per clock and can go higher frequency, then it'll kick my ass or kick its ass or whatever.
I see.
It's very complex, but then what actually happens is very simple to see, like just better performance.
Oh, hey, look at my CPU. It's all right, cool.
Yeah, and then again, you can likely do things at cooler temperatures because of the KB Lake and all that. The new Intel stuff is at 14 nanometer. Mine and yours, I think, is at like 38, or is it even 42 or something like that. So it's a much thicker processor, which means more heat and more wattage and more. So like I have a water cooling that's handling this, and my temperatures are fine. But if I go up to like 4.5, my temperatures go through the fucking roof. So even that extra 200 megahertz overclock is just absolutely raping my cooling, just because of how it works and how much voltage I actually have to put through it to do all that. It's fun.
I'm trying to think if there's any other game stuff to talk about. I think we're done.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. So, yeah, stay tuned. If you're watching live, we'll be back with Sprawl and Brawl. And if you're watching not live, hey, bye. We'll talk to you guys next week at megascorcher.com. That's the place to go check out for all our VODs, MP3s, iTunes, wherever else you can find podcasts. We're also available there.
Hey, it's Curbs.
Fresh Air is overrated. Yeah, Kirby just shows up occasionally. You know, he's here, not in spirit. He's here in my spirit, though. He's here in my spirit. He's not.
That's a good one.
He's not here though. He doesn't. You know, even in spirit, he doesn't show up. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Bye.